Shalom, shalom, shalom. My name is Michael Sahno, and welcome to this episode of the 12 Cities in Israel travel vlog. Now, this episode is going to be about dehydration and acclimation when you're visiting Israel. So, first up, what is dehydration and what is acclimation? Well, dehydration is an abnormal loss of water from the body. In other words, it's when your body doesn't have the proper amount of water inside you that it needs to function. Now, what's acclimation? Acclimation is to accustom or become accustomed to a new climate or environment. In other words, to adapt, and that one's pretty self-explanatory. It basically just means getting used to Israel's warmer climate. Now that we know what these two things are, we can properly address them so that they don't become an issue when you visit Israel. First, let's take a look at dehydration. Now, if you're an American, you need to know this. 75% of all Americans are chronically dehydrated. That means that before you even get off the plane, you're probably already dehydrated. So, how do we know this? Well, ask yourself this question. Are you thirsty? If you answered yes, then you're probably dehydrated. So one of the things that dehydration does is it triggers the body's thirst response, but it's easily solvable. How? By hydrating. Okay, great. So what is hydrating? Hydrating is actually simple. It's just giving your body water. So what you need to do is you need to drink about 2 liters or 10 glasses of water a day. And what that equates to is 2 of these 1.5 liter bottles of water or 4 of these smaller ones. But if you're hiking, then it's more like half a liter for every hour in the sun, which on a rigorous hike can wind up being about 5 liters. Now, keep in mind, you don't want to chug all this water all at once. You want to do this over time so that your body and your cells can absorb it. You do this by drinking about a half a liter of water over the course of an hour. You do this and you'll be hydrated. Now that we've established that you need to hydrate and how to do it, why do you need all this water? Well, basically, you need this water to function, but you also need it to sweat. And when you're in Israel, you will be sweating. Average temperatures in Israel in the summer are around 85 to 95 degrees, but this average increases the further south that you go. So, if you're going to Beersheba or Eilat, where the average in the summer is over 100 degrees, you need to make sure that you are hydrated. With this in mind, what are some of the warning signs that you may be having a problem with the heat? The first one's a little bit gross, so I want to cover it quickly and then we'll move on. And that one is urine output. Optimally, you want to be going to the bathroom about 2 to 3 times a day, and you want your urine to be as clear as possible. If it is on the darker side, easily solvable, just increase your water intake. And you want to do this so that you don't succumb to heat exhaustion, which is when high temperatures cause you to have excessive thirst, heavy sweating, and nausea and lightheadedness. This problem, though, is easily resolvable if addressed quickly, and all that you need to do is get out of the heat, rest, and rehydrate. Okay, so we've mentioned sweating. Now it's important to mention not sweating. Not sweating is a sign of dehydration, but it's also potentially a sign for something a lot more serious, and that's heat stroke. Heat stroke is a medical emergency. Basically, your body's temperature has reached 104 degrees and you are burning up and drying out. The symptoms of this are hot, dry skin, a very rapid heartbeat, and you may experience disorientation or confusion. It is important, extremely important, to get medical help immediately and to cool the person down as quickly as possible. This can be done by applying ice packs or something else cold, or by immersing them in cool water. If they are nauseous or are dizzy, they should rest in cool shade and drink water. They should rest until their pulse and breathing are back to normal. Now, I'm not telling you all this to tell you that you're going to go to Israel and you're going to have heat stroke. No, not at all. What I'm trying to do is impress upon you that the heat can sneak up on you, and to do everything that you can to take care of yourself and the people you're with when you're traveling to Israel. Okay, now that I've told you all the scary stuff, let's talk about how we can prevent all of these horrible things from happening. First, hydrate. Drink water. That's going to be a common theme. I don't know if you're following. But yes, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Second, apply sunscreen to your body. Definitely sunscreen is a must. It's important for everyone that does not have darker skin to make sure that they are wearing it. Also, a hat, a full hat. Not only to protect your eyes, but it should also cover your whole head. You want to avoid being outdoors too long during the hours between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. in the summertime. This means no hiking between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. But if you do happen to go hiking, be reasonable and stop at a shaded spot and use this time between 10 and 2 to take a lunch break. Also, for every 45 minutes that you walk, have at least 15 minutes of rest in the shade. Taking anything shorter may seem helpful, but it will not give you the full benefit of a good 15-minute rest. And, oh yeah, hydrate! Also, if it's going to be over 95 degrees, you should probably stay indoors between the hours of 10 and 3 p.m. Most everyone else in Israel will probably be doing the same thing. If you're outside and nobody else is, might be a sign. Okay, so now that we've covered dehydration, let's talk about acclimation. Now, acclimation, your body's ability to adapt to the environment and the heat of Israel, could take anywhere from 5 to 7 and potentially up to 10 days, depending on your body type, your level of fitness, and your level of hydration. Another important factor to this that is often overlooked is the amount of sleep that you might be getting. So the more well-rested you are, the better you will acclimate. Finally, coffee and alcohol. Ooh. Coffee and alcohol should be avoided during strenuous activity, exercising, hiking, all of that stuff, as it will push you closer and closer to dehydration during this acclimation period. I am sorry, I know it's a buzzkill. I'm gonna make it worse by also telling you that coffee and alcohol don't count towards your 2 to 3 liters per day of water input. I'm sorry, yes, I am that guy. I apologize. All right, so on that note, thank you so much for joining us for this episode of the 12 Cities in Israel travel vlog. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, be a part of the community, share our videos. We have a new video that we just did, which is Why I Love Israel. Find out why I love Israel. I think you'll really like it. Check out our website, www.12citiesinisrael.com. Visit us on Facebook. Visit us on Instagram. Friend me on Facebook. I'd be more than happy to have you as a friend. Find me personally, Michael Sahno, if you'd like. You can also follow what we're doing on our 12 Cities in Israel Facebook page. Follow us on Instagram. I'm putting up brand new content every day, pictures of all of the stuff that we've done. We are going back to Israel in spring, summer of 2019. So we're going to be there for 13 weeks. Do us a favor. Stop by the website, hit the PayPal button, give us $2. If everyone gives us $2, we'll have more than enough to cover our budget so that we can bring you all this new content. These full episodes, which are going to be really great. We're going all over the place. Akko, Tiberias, Eilat, Haifa. You're going to love it. תודה רבה. להתראות, ויאללה ביי.